everybody! This is Seppi with Fight in a Box. We're going to do the Learn As You Play demo that I normally do at conventions. We're doing this for those folks who don't normally get to see this whole production that I do before the Kickstarter, which is going to be this spring in 2020. All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do this. All right, so everybody, it has a cheat sheet. Woohoo!
Yay.
Everybody should have a home plate with their family on it. Now, since this is the Inevitable Machine Revolt, you're going to notice two things. Number one, we put clothes on all the family. That's high production values, this whole clothing. Everybody will have a robot, which is fantastic. Everybody, please identify your robot. He's even larger than the dad. We do have the cats who are sort of hanging out on top of everybody's roofs. We will not be playing with the cats today. That is for the mini expansion, which is available with the Kickstarter. We're just going to keep it clean and simple, okay? The cats add a whole nother level of zany. They're sort of like dogs that are harder to kill and harder to control. That's sort of the deal, because they're not humans, they're not robots, blah, 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 blah. All right, so everybody, pick up your cheat sheet, and we're going to go along with this. All right, the very first thing that happens in any game of End of the Line is the Calamity phase. And in the Calamity phase, this is our Calamity deck. You flip over the top card, and something terrible happens to the whole village. Since I am mayor and this is the first turn, and if you see on the cheat sheet, the not one says, we are going to skip the terrible thing, and we're just going to use this for line order later. All right, so that's going to go there, and we're going to have that hang out. Okay? The next thing that happens every phase is the draw phase. In the draw phase, you generally trade cubes, these fancy cubes for resources, for actual cards. But since this is the first round, we're just going to pass out those resources to everybody. So everybody, please take 2 of each resource and place it in your secret stash. All right, Rick. Why is the secret stash secret?
It's so that other people don't know if you're trying to corner the market.
That's right. If you are hoarding a resource, or if you are running out of a resource, you do not want people to know that. Because the number one way that people die in End of the Line and in this expansion, IMR, is not having a resource that you need when you need it. So if hypothermia hits...
Just like real life.
Just like real life. Just so when you need a resource, you don't have it, people will die plenty. Okay? All right. So everybody on your home plate. The home plate is the most forward because I forgot to cover this at the beginning. The way you win End of the Line is have the last family standing. We're going to do our whole process, going through this whole thing again and again until only one or none of us have any family members left. Okay? Typically, when I run a con demo, we play the Vengeful Dead variant. We're going to do that here. And it's about 40% of the time everybody loses. It's that style of game. It's the post-apocalypse. Everybody should be comfortable with it. Okay? Also, quick introductions. We have our superfan, Rick. Yay. We have our longtime video producer and superfan, Edward. And then we have the original designer for the original End of the Line, Mel, who's come back to see it. Yay! One thing in particular I was nervous about was Mel seeing Jody's additions and changes to the new version, the Bunker Edition plus the expansion. One thing that we tried to do with the expansion slash new reprint is lift it off the table. So we have resource stands now, we have bunkers, we have clothes on family members, blah, 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 blah.
And it looks amazing.
Yes! I'm not even paying her to say that because we can't afford it. All right. So the next thing that happens, so we just did the draw phase. The next thing that happens is the civil improvement phase in the normal game. But in IMR, it's just the improvements phase. Okay? That is where you're going to get a chance to play the new upgrade cards and laws. Okay? So in the con demo, I have everybody do this. You take your pass card and put it face down. Then take any laws you might have and put it on top. Laws, if you look at the cheat sheet, are the white cards. Okay? Okay, boom, boom, boom. Then take any of your upgrades and put it on top of that. Okay, normally you'd get a choice to see what's going to happen with all this stuff. But for the con demo, we always make people just do it mechanically. After you're done, take all the rest of your cards and tuck them underneath. This is called building your stack. The first thing in any phase where you're going to play cards is called planning, and that is how we build the stack. You look at your cards, you figure out where your pass card is going to go, and then you set up your stack so all your cards are underneath. After everybody's stacks are done, we are going to start what's called execution. In execution, we start with the mayor. I'm the mayor. Woo me! And then we're going to flip over the card, read what it is, and then go on to the next player's next card. So, mine is an upgrade, and I'm playing I Will Be Back and Back and Back. It's a temporal robot upgrade. It basically says, I will always become mayor. Every time it's time to move things around, it always comes back to me.
Interesting, you got that card.
It is weird. It's funny how that works. It's like somebody set this up to happen. All right, so after that, all upgrades will go to the left of your family. Usually your stack will go to the right. So the next thing is, then it would be Edward.
I got Edward's Cultist Brew. Weird alcohol shelter upgrade. Anytime a family member is killed, gain 1 water and 1 action card.
I may have stacked the deck a little bit, so Edward would get the card that Edward inspired. Edward was our social media champion for the last Kickstarter. If you remember way back in the day, we had a contest of people posting selfies with the thing that they would need in their bunker, and Edward did an amazing job, and so we had to do this expansion so I could keep my promise to Edward that he'd get a card in this next one, and this is what has happened. Then he is now slave to Fight in Box forever.
All right. I have Cyber Dog Upgrade. If your dog is in the graveyard, you may spend 1 tech to return it home.
It's K9,
Yes.
K10, K11, K12. Sweet. Go ahead.
All right. I have Protein Reconstitution. It's a plumbing upgrade, and after the food line, I gain 1 food.
Who did the art for that one, Mel?
I don't know. Someone who loves to draw toilets, apparently.
Mel did it. All right,
I
so
don't love drawing toilets. So.
you did a great job, and that's why it stayed the way it is. I flip my next. It's a pass. Now, Edward, is your next card a law?
It is.
All right. Now, laws, like in real life, are like landmines. You can either play them face down, and we don't really know the damage they're going to do until they hurt somebody, or we can play them face up, and everybody knows what's going to happen. Edward, what are you going to choose to do?
I'm laying it face down.
Okay, Edward knows how this game is played. Laws are always played as close to the resource stand as possible. Okay? And they will always be executed as close to the resource stand and then out. Okay? Since Edward participated in democracy, thank you for participating in democracy, he's going to get a new action card to put underneath his stack. Okay? All right.
All right. I am going to place my card face down.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you for participating in democracy. So this is how democracy works in real life. Is somebody with their own interest put something down that might blow other people up, and nobody else really knows what's going to happen. So pass comes to me, and then pass, and then pass, and then pass. All right. So when all the pass cards have shown up, you know to move to the next step or phase of the game. In this case, it is to family placement. Edward, what do we do during family placement?
You place your family in line.
Yes, you do. All right, everybody pick up all your meeples, because normally you'd maybe look at your cards and make some decisions, but mistakes are funnier at speed, right? So we're just going to have people place their family members, but keep these 4 things in mind. Number 1, first in line collects a bonus. That is a terrible name for a game, so that's why we do not call that. Yeah, all right? Next, end of the line collects nothing. That's very ominous sounding, so that is why the game is what it is. The third one is Dogs Collect Nothing. That is a super sad name. I don't want anyone to ever make a game called Dogs Collect Nothing. And the fourth one is you will only get to play cards during lines you have family members. Okay? In this way, Rick can't hang out in the water line and shoot the people in the ammo line. He's been known to do that. He instead has to put some sort of terrible something on his dog or little girl and have them be as friendly as possible in a place. It is that kind of game. I'm sorry if I've offended you. Please turn the video off now and start trolling us. So,
what about the robots?
The robots are not, if you played the original game, robots are not adults. They are not humans. They are not pets. Or they are family members. They are characters. They do collect. Okay, since you said that, I'm going to lead with my robot. I'm just going to put him right here.
I'm also going to do the same.
Oh, a robot first strategy. Everybody's spreading the robots out. They can do more damage that way.
Sure, I'll go here.
All right, I'm gonna let my mom needs fuel. We're just gonna make that happen.
Go to the food line.
All right. Now, some people ask. Go ahead, Mel.
Okay.
Some people ask, like, why does the dog matter? Well, the dog's number one purpose is to make the game more fun and enjoyable. But number two, he also takes the end of the line space. So though the dog does not collect, he can take that space so somebody else in your family can collect. Oh, the tension is mounting. There are too many men in the food line. We're going to put that little girl right there. Please share your reasoning so I can destroy you more clearly. Let others learn from your mistakes. Oh. This is the tech line in the expansion. Normally in End of the Line, it's the black market. But in this version of the game, we are also going to end up putting a cardboard marker that you could put over it. So it would be here. This is going to be the tech line symbol. So for the one, go ahead, Mel.
Okay.
Yep. I don't have anybody in water. I'm good at that. I'm scared.
I've got to play the game here. I don't have time for that.
All right, so my kids are at the end of two lines, so I'm going to try to prioritize one over the other. I always like this little girl better, so we're going to put that right there, my dog, so that they collect. Oh, no, it's Edward's turn.
Oh.
Edward's going to make that. Oh, he gets aggressive.
I
Okay.
think he's just helping me. Thank
Oh, nice. Okay.
Who do I like better?
If you put a dog behind a dog, normally in the con situation, I scream butt sniffer.
Oh.
But I'm
I
not
would
going
like to hear that.
butt sniffer! That was very awkward at Con of the North. I did that multiple times because I did not think I would do it every time. I did it.
They don't know
every
you
time.
well.
No, they do not. They do not.
I will always go back to the well. All right, so that's the end of family placement. That takes us to step 5 or phase 5, which is the heart of the game, which is the line completion phase. Now that we have everybody lined up in water, food, ammo, fuel, and tech, we're going to see if any of them collect. And how we do that is we execute each line based on the order on the calamity. So I'm going to put this here so everybody knows where we are. Okay. Everybody's going to pick up all their cards. They're going to look at any cards, and since this is the demo, do not play anything that references a defense hand yet. Okay? They're going to take their pass card, put it face down again. They're going to put any cards they want to have happen during this line, and then anything they aren't going to have happen during the water line ends up going underneath. It's like I played before. Edward is done. I don't know that Mel's not playing anything. Normally, you'll do that in your hand, but for the first time, we like to do it this way so everybody can see the light programming mechanic of the game as it... Uh-oh, Rick is thinking. I don't think that could be good for the rest of us. No, this is not going to be good. After all the stacks are down, we begin execution for this individual line, which is the water line. So, I flip and I play... What's important is that it's water now. Gain 2 water. If during the water line, gain 2 additional water. So I'm going to go and cut in front of the line, grab 2 water real quick, and then it'll be the next player's turn. Go ahead.
Pass.
Kill the last character in line.
Is that me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's very important that when you play this game, you name this after real people that you know, because the pain of losing them will help you play harder. So I lost little Seppi. Seppi Jr. just died. No one's sad about that. When a character dies, you put them as close to the skull as possible. Unless it is a robot. In IMR, robots end up on the skull itself. When you have a number of characters, or volunteers like I call them, in that particular space, we will permanently close down that line. In this way, we always close the lines in this order. Okay, so tech will be first, then fuel, then bullets, then food. And then at the end of this, we'll be clawing each other's eyes out for a little bit of moisture from a puddle. Is that cool? All right, pass. Oh, you monster, give me that. Little Seppi died.
Pass.
Okay, and then I'm going to flip. Okay. Boom, all the passes happened. After all the passes happen, we move to the next phase of the game, or next step during the line phase, which is a law enforcement. During law enforcement, it is the mayor's job to reveal the laws and then tell us what happens. This is feed the children of the corn. Kill all adults in the current line. Boom. Now, laws are permanent. You cannot get rid of them unless forcibly removed by other cards. So now, forever, we are going to murder any adults that end up in the water line. Well, people took the cues. Everybody knew not to line up there with an adult. And so now we're into what's called collection. Okay? The first person there will be Mel. She collects 1 for her robot for surviving and 1 for the line bonus.
Yay.
Okay? Then the next person is Rick.
And I just get 1.
Yep. And then...
And I get none.
Yep, and Rick's murder. Always take your meeple when you collect. So Rick's murder not only killed my child, but prevented Edward from collecting. Again, it's that kind of game. You are a monster. You're on my radar, sir. You're on my radar. All right. So the next line, according to our calamity, is the bullet line, the ammo line. So I would go like this, and then we would check to see if everybody's there. I see 4 colors there. If somebody wasn't there, they would have to go with we'd put the pass card on the top of their stack just like this. Boom. But since everybody is here, everybody gets a chance to plan. Now again, we're not going to do any cards that reference the defense hand until after this line, and then I'll teach you guys about the defense hand. We are in the bullet line. Oh, bullets are a premium. All right. I'm coming for you, Rick.
Oh, wait.
Bring it.
Sorry.
I'm coming for you. I hope everybody else is on board with this plan. Let's go. All right, so all the stacks are down. I flip. Mutant in a box. Pick a player. That player must spend 1 bullet for every character that they have in there, or they will die.
All right. And that includes the dog, right?
It does. It says
So,
character.
Bullet 1 and bullet 2.
So, they spend means to return to the bank. Boop. And then it will be the next player's flip. Edward, boom.
Pass.
Move any character forward 1 place in the current line.
Well, that's a thing that just happened. Okay.
Mutant attack. Every player with a character in the current line must spend 1 ammo for each. Kill any family members they fail to spend for.
Oh, what happened, Rick?
Well, looks like,
what happened?
Both of my
Oh.
my daddy Warbucks and poor Daisy.
Oh.
Right, I have 2 in line. I'm sorry.
All right. That is very painful, but Rick has an upgrade.
Yes.
What does your upgrade do?
If your dog is in the graveyard, you may spend 1 tech to return it home.
Yes.
Which I think I will do.
Okay. It would be inhuman to let the dog stay dead. I'm just not that person.
Dad's
okay,
fine, but...
so there you go. Yeah, Dad, he deserved it. And so that guy, back to home plate, boom. Make sense? All right, so that was your flip. I'll take your card.
Yes.
Okay. All cards go to the discard after you use them. Pass.
Pass.
All right. Now we're to law enforcement. There's no law enforcement here. Your cutting in line did not prosper you at all, Rick.
Not.
It did not. So my robot will collect 2 bullets.
I will collect 1.
I will collect 1.
And Puppy will go home.
Okay. I know it's a little awkward to have my cat on top of the stack, but I still love it. Alrighty then. So, according to this card, we're going to the food line next. We'll go here. Everybody is in the food line. We're going to repeat the process. Now I'm going to teach you about the defense hand. Normally your stack would be any combination of blue or green cards. I picked up the discard to demonstrate. Okay, you could go like this and then your pass card would be in there. But these green cards can actually be put in a defense hand. And a defense hand is paid perpendicular to your normal hand. Now, the defense hand is amazing. It can interrupt other cards. It can be played completely out of time sequence. It's completely at your discretion. It's fantastic. The bad thing about it is, unlike the stack has to execute even if your characters die. You have to have a living character to play from your defense hand. Also, not all the pass cards could be showing, because as soon as all the pass cards are showing, you're out of the play phase and into law enforcement. And the other thing is, there are 3 cards in this 96 card deck, which is modified a little bit from the original. If you're playing normal end of the line, we sub out some cards and sub in some robot-based cards, but we keep the deck at 96 cards to keep the play sort of crisp and similar. There are 3 cards in this deck that will negatively impact your defense hand. Okay? So, I'll put this back here. I will get it ready for the food line. I am ready. And it is time for us to flip. I pass.
Tastes like chicken. Ignorance is bliss. Gain 2 food. If played during the food line, gain 2 additional food.
What doesn't taste like chicken, Edward? That card. I think that card doesn't taste like chicken.
Have you tried it?
Maybe. I wouldn't put it past me. I mean, everybody knows I love my games. I mean, yeah.
But you don't love chicken.
Yeah, I don't love chicken. It's true. I might have forgotten what chicken tastes like.
I am passing.
You are passing?
I am also passing.
What? Okay, so... Oh, you're right. Sorry. Ooh.
If you don't mind if I eat this in front of you, do you?
Kind of.
Pick a player. That player must spend 1 food for each human and or dog in their current line. I'm going to pick Seppi.
I have 2 family members in that line. That is definitely... So I have to weigh the choice of letting my dog die and then letting my little girl survive, but then I don't collect, or just eating it. And I think I'm just going to take the pain of 2 food loss and just return it, as Edward is the Bacon Baron, and the Bacon Baron has spoken. Okay. All right, paid.
Oh. And then it goes back to me, right?
Yep, it goes back to you.
Firebomb. Pick a resource type. I'm going to pick food. All opponents must spend 1 of that type if able. If the player is unable to do so, they must reveal their secret stash to everyone.
All right, so Edward knows that I don't have any food left, so I have to dump out my resources so everybody can see it.
Look at that stash.
I know,
Wow.
I'm really... For people with short-term memory loss, I'm big in bullets and water. Yes, a lot of water. Stop touching. This is my stuff. All right, everybody, you can see that I have resources, and that is very embarrassing that I dumped out my stash. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Alrighty then. All right, are you done with your mayhem, Bacon
Pass.
Baron? Bacon Baron is done.
Pass.
All right, so now this is gonna happen. He has played this. This seems very bad. No pets allowed. Ow! I shouldn't have done it. Oh. So my dog will be killed because only K9 will survive. I'm not going to get to collect, and that is very sad for me because you can't eat bullets. Well, you can eat 1. All right.
Sad but true.
It's true. Sad but true. Go ahead and collect.
All right, so I get 2, right?
Yep, 1 and 1.
And
Okay.
Bring my robot back.
Bacon Baron.
Oh, yeah, it's me.
Bacon.
Okay.
I get 1.
Okay.
Thank you for staying alive for that.
Yeah, I tried really hard. I had forgotten who put that law there, so I might have been able to predict it, but that would have been super cheating. Alrighty then. So the last one that we're gonna go to is
I get food.
you too. Your plumbing is hooked up to the Bacon Baron's house. Congratulations!
Yay.
You get
Yay!
his scraps.
Yay.
Yay! His
Recycled
scraps.
food.
Recycled food. Once past food.
Rental toilet paper.
All right. So the last line indicated here is the fuel line. The tech line, like Black Market, is always last in the round. Okay. People who like this game always wondered, hey, could we just put them all there, and then the ones not there, the line doesn't go? And I thought that was a very interesting mechanic. Maybe I'll save that for later. But for right now, tech and Black Market are always last. Okay? And then, so we are now on the fuel line. Everybody get ready for the fuel line. All right, we do have we do have defense hands now, so I'm going to do this way. Is everybody ready? So see, my defense hand is perpendicular. Okay? And boom. Now that all the stacks are down, we are into the play phase. I say, hey, I'm going to play this before any lines happen or before I flip. Your defense hand does not count as your flip. It is ultra quick thinking. It says draw 3 cards. Look at greens. If any greens are in your hand, put them in your defense hand. Otherwise, tuck them underneath. Bam. Okay? Now I have my flip. And my flip is, it burns. Gain 1 fuel if played during the fuel line. Well, I could cook anything that I don't have because I'm currently very low on food. Bacon Baron.
I don't know if I would say that out loud.
No, I don't think I should. Good.
Pass.
And pass. Now, one thing that was surprising to me, I always thought people would say pass, and most people say end of the line. And I find that, it was never intended, but I find it super joyous. I'm like, yes! People, they call it out, yes. And so that is something that ends up happening in the con as part of the con experience. Now we're going to do this thing. Oh boy.
Wait, was that a hint that you want us to say that?
No. Okay. No, it's not.
End of the line!
Yeah, for me it is. Resistance is futile.
Uh-oh.
During law enforcement, kill the first human in line. Oh, not good for the purple. I know, not good for the purple family. Oh, so sad, so sad. Okay, now we collect. Go ahead.
Yay! Good job, Mom.
Yeah, good job, Mom. Now, we have a very lethal environment. If you see, adults can't be put in the water line. The first human that ends up going in the fuel line will be murdered. And you get nothing because you're end of the line. This is going to make family placement in the next phase very difficult. Okay. All right. We are now in the tech line. Now, the tech resource can only be used to buy upgrades. Okay? So keeping that in mind, if you want to play with the new stuff, you'd stack accordingly. All right. Everybody get ready. I've got some stuff. I got something for you. Okay, I'll make this happen. Alrighty then. So, all the stacks are down. There are no defense hands. Anybody could do it. I'm going to flip, and I'm going to play. I'm sure I heard something back there. Hello? Kill the last 2 characters in line.
Aww.
Oh, that is a
Gina.
thing that happened. Oh,
So I gain a water and an action card, right?
there's a water. And yes, the Cultist Brew, since one of the red characters has died, the Cultist Brew says every time that happens, yeah. Okay. All right. And your flip.
And I'm passing.
We're having a funeral at the moment,
Oh.
so we're gonna pass.
Oh, that's very sad. And boom. Okay. Alrighty then. So go ahead and collect.
And now I got nothing.
You get nothing. So good. Grab your meeple. Resources are finite. The reason that you have to grab the meeple is because if you're in line and there are no resources left, then there are no resources left. It's very sad. All right. So the last thing that happens at the end, at phase 6, is line closures and passing the first player button. First, we check to see, did we kill enough humans or dogs or pets to close a part of our village? Our society has lost the ability to make integrated circuits. I almost said turd kits.
How do you determine what this number is?
Number of players.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in a five-player game, it's 5.
Gotcha.
6-player, it's 6. Yeah, that's really good. And then yes, you can see the production values as this fits on the thing, and then of course it's closed on the other. Woo! Boom! Killing it.
Fancy.
Yeah, fancy. So now it is time for I'll be back to kick in. Normally I would pass the first button marker, which was supposed to be here, over to Edward. But since my robot is still alive, I get to stay as mayor.
Great.
And that has inherent benefits, i.e. everybody wants to murder you. And also now I'm looking to see how huge everybody else's family is compared to mine. Very sad for me. Alrighty then. So the next thing that ends up happening is our new calamity, because we're back at the top of the card order. So the very first thing is all players... chopping mall security. I love. Have you seen that movie recently? That movie is terrible. All right. Chopping Mall security. All players must kill a human family member. If they do, gain 1 tech. Oh boy. Oh boy. I have to start because I am mayor. Take my little girl. So sad for me. I get a tech. Boom. Okay, who are you gonna? What family member are you gonna kill?
I guess I'm gonna kill the boy.
Oh, little Edward's gone down. I could have called it Theo, but that's a little too close to home. Boom. Mom. Oh, make sure you grab your tech. Yep. And Edward, you get to get a. Does it say during the is it anytime?
Anytime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get a water and then I get an action card.
Yeah, that's really good. And we'll hand this down. That's fantastic.
I'm killing Paul.
Yeah, he deserves it. Totally deserves it. All right. Now, if you look on the cheat sheet says also check for line closure. Unfortunately, I'm obviously a terrible mayor. The Chopping Mall security, which was supposed to keep us safe, instead killed so many people, we forgot how to make gasoline. Oh. Now, laws are permanent. They stay here for whatever reason.
In case it comes back.
In case it comes back, in case people move stuff around. The accessibility to the law is a thing. Okay? So, laws are permanent. So that has sort of narrowed down the place where all our family members can hang out, which, crowding is good, right?
Sure.
No. That was a post-apocalyptic survival question, and you have failed, Mel.
I don't know that I'm going to survive.
I want you to survive. Come on now. All right. So now we're going to move on to the draw phase. Okay? The draw phase is different in the Bunker Edition. Okay? And it's even more different in the expansion. Okay? The very first part in the expansion is recycling. Every character will get to do all 3 parts. They all do them solo and one at a time. So it would be first my option to recycle. And recycle means take any of your upgrades from your hand or in play, immediately discard them, and get that much tech. This is how you can continue to get tech, or if one of your cards goes obsolete, that you're comfortable with.
So even if the line's closed, you can still get the tech through the recycling.
Yes, through recycling. Number 1. Okay? Number 2, it is now time to buy cards. Now, you buy cards. The first of any given resource you give me that is not tech, you can have 1 card back. Action card. Okay, so I'm going to give up this type of resources. One of every type of resource except for food. I don't know why, Bacon Bear, and I don't have any food. But to make up for it, I'm going to try to buy more with water. So I gave up 1 fuel, 1 bullet, and 1 water to get 3 action cards. I wanted to get another one, so I had the cost increments up by 1 for every resource of that line you want to trade in, or every additional card you want from that resource line. Okay? So in this way, I get 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I also want upgrades. So I'm going to spend 1 tech to get myself an upgrade. Okay? So that means I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm just doing this so you can see it. Normally you would never put it out. And boom. Okay? So that's how it all works out. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
Okay, then all these resources get dumped back in. I grab my cards. This is a great way to teach people who are new to it. But once everybody's comfortable with it, you never have to do this. But it's great for the learners who play demos. So now I have to put this in my card. And the one thing I have to do is count to make sure I don't have more than 10 cards. And that includes my pass card. I currently have 8, but only 2 family members. My cat really wants to get into the action. It's very sad for me. And then it would be Edward's turn to do the same thing.
So can I recycle one of my cards that I...
You can only recycle tech.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to do 1 tech. And then...
2.
And then 1.
3, 4, 5. So Edward gave me 3 food, 1 water, 1 ammo, 1 fuel, and 1 tech. So that would get him 5 action cards and 1 upgrade.
Okay.
Okay? All right, and all those go in. Rick,
Yep.
what would you like?
I'm going to do 1 of each of these and 1 tech.
Okay, so he gets 2 and an upgrade. May the odds ever be in your favor.
Yes, may they.
I do a tech, a food, a fuel, and a water.
So 1 and 3. Okay? Now the last thing that ends up happening in any game of the new Bunker Edition, or in the Bunker Edition plus IMR, is the option to burn your house down. Yes, you can. And when you choose to burn your house down, you can look at any number of your cards, including upgrades. You can discard them and replace them with an equal number of action cards. You take all your resources from your bunker, you put them on your home plate so everybody knows what you have for the rest of the game, and you put your bunker back in the box. It is a desperation move. It says you're committed to survival, Rick.
Okay. I am committed to survival.
I am committed to survival.
Yes.
Yes. So, all right, things have happened. And I am... All right, I'm looking at stuff. All right, so that moves us on to civil improvements. We're back to, you know all the mechanics in the game. If you need to check out from this video, I've now taught you everything about it pretty much until we get to the Vengeful Dead variant. Otherwise, we're just going to keep on playing this game out and have fun, and we're going to see who wins. All right, so I'm getting my stack ready. I'm going to do it this way so people can see it. And boom. Is everybody ready? Boop. All right. First thing, I'm going to play this here. I'm going to play not with a 27B69 form. You don't. On that. It says play no nows. Those are the green cards on this line. Does anybody know what movie that's from?
What is
This quote? Not with a 27B/69 form, you don't?
Catch 22?
Close.
No.
Brazil.
Oh!
I'm going to sneak a little turkey in there. All right, so next. Oh, I get a card. Oh. Thank you for participating in democracy. Rick, your flip. No, you didn't play your upgrades.
Pass.
You guys didn't play your upgrades. That's cool. All right, then.
I'm saving it.
You're saving? Oh, okay. Well, since adults can't... I only have an adult and a robot, I'm going to do this. I'm going to out-of-stock the water line, which will immediately remove this law, and then, more importantly, close this line down. Boop. I hope people didn't need water. I guess I might have had a lot of water from the last line. Go ahead.
Western Worldview. Psychotic Cowboy Robot Upgrade. After your robot collects, kill the next human in line.
That seems good.
Yeah.
That seems good, Edward. It seems good.
Let's hope you're not in line with me.
All right. I got a battle bunker. And a battle bunker basically allows me to ignore one calamity and then discard it. The maximum number of upgrades you can have out as one team, as one family, is 3. If you ever play a 4th, you get to choose what you discard. Obviously, it's better to use the recycling part of the shenanigans, but sometimes people bluff and do other things. It happens. But you have a maximum of 3. Okay? And zoo. And boom. Okay. So now we're to family placement. My family's tiny. Oh, boy.
What does this card do again?
No green cards. You cannot have a defense hand or put any green
So
cards
is this
instead.
front
Okay.
or back?
After your robot collects.
Right.
So this collection
I see.
order
So it's
really
always-
matters.
yeah.
So you would want to get your robot as far forward in any of the lines
Sure.
as possible, because he's some sort of crazy bastard person. I'm going to do this. And the reason I did that is to try to be immune to Edward's robot. Who are they going to sacrifice to that robot? Or are they just going to put robots behind robots? What do you think they're going to do?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm a little... Okay.
But this is also meat.
Robots.
Yeah.
Robots.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to have the robots line up. That's the thing. It's probably really bad for my family, in particular, because I don't have any meat left for the grinder. But these other folks...
Wait. You guys are like going way too fast here. Come on, people.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm done. Oh, the tension's mounting. Okay, so you see how it says 8+ at the end of the board? You can continue to place people off of the board. So, yeah, that is a thing. Oh, no, it's Edward. Don't skip him.
I'm seeing what I got here.
The Bacon Baron has rights.
He does, especially in the food line.
The rules of not in a Canley are in effect. Woo! That has happened.
Can pets go there, or it's just going to be
The
killed?
pets are going to be murdered.
Okay, my pets.
And
go
his robot murders humans because
Right.
it's not a monster. All right, is that everybody is ready? Okay, so we are checking
What line goes first?
bullets. We're doing bullets. Is everybody in this line?
I am not.
So you see he has to show his pass card. Everybody else is going to get ready. I am going to do this and this. I'm going to... Oh, God, that hurts. Well, I just have to do that. That's a moral imperative. And we'll do this. Edward's robot is just too dangerous to live, so we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna make this happen. I'm coming for you, Edward.
Alright, we'll see how that plays.
I'm coming for you, Edward.
If you don't play a card now, there'll be nobody left to make it to the chopper.
Get to the chopper, Edward. Oh, it's a thing.
We'll do this.
It's a thing. The horror.
Ah.
The horror. You know, yeah. People like seeing me get destroyed, and so I'm just gonna facilitate that fantasy. I have, if I had one other card in this kind of thing, maybe I'd have played a little bit differently. But I've come to bring it. Okay, so the very first thing, I'm gonna play this out of my defense hand. Ha ha! I'll do this before any shenanigans happen. Speedy delivery. I get to discard cards and get some stuff from the current line, and I'm gonna do that. Discard these 2 cards, and then grab 2 bullets because I did that. That's pretty awesome. We'll do that here. Okay, and then I'll put those in there. And then I'll flip my top card. Did I do it in the right order? EMP, kill all the robots in the current line.
Boom.
Boom! Sorry, Mr. Roboto. I had to take you out. It was very sad. Domo. Oh, Domo. Go ahead.
Huh.
Pick a player.
Not me.
Pick a resource type.
Not water.
Look at that
or
player's
bullets.
secret stash. If that player has any of that name type, they must surrender 1 to you.
First, get your water because...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you lost a family member and get a card. There you go.
So the robots don't close anything?
That's correct.
Okay.
They do not go in a graveyard. You do not bury robots. You try to rebuild them.
Okay.
There are a couple of mechanics and cards in the game and calamities that allow you to reclaim
So,
What?
I'm going to do that to you.
No! What do you... Okay, you picked me. What resources did you pick?
buddy. Water?
Okay, so he's going to take... Now, look at me getting... Oh, you get to hand the stash. Isn't that fantastic? One of the things we're very excited about, in the earliest of prototypes, we used to have those shells,
Yes.
right? And it was super fun to pass it around. And this, we got to reclaim this with the Bunker Edition, and the secrecy and weirdness. These are early prototypes, but they will also have the inspirational phrases. Remember the ones that you wrote? That
I
are
didn't
in
write
the,
all of them.
but you wrote some of them. They're going to go in the back, and we're going to have taunts now. That's going to end up out here. So I will save that as a spoiler for later. You took one?
Yeah.
It's monster. Go ahead. And
Flip. Move any character backward 2 places in the current line.
woo! Bam! That just
Lovely.
happened. All line relationships are recalculated at any time when you shift things around. So yes, you went back down to 3rd, but then everybody pushes back up to 1, and that happens. And now I'm gonna flip, and I'm gonna pass.
Pick a player.
Ah!
Pick a resource type.
Not me!
Look at that player's secret stash. If that player has any of the named resources, they must spend all of them.
Now don't pick me because I'm almost dead.
Picking you. Picking you. I'm gonna say bullets.
I
Oh!
feel like we've got to pick people off one at a time, and you're the weakest.
that's a really important. If you like a game with a winner in End of the Line, if you are that cutthroat, a table, you pick on the weak, because the weak's only job is to spoil the strong in End of the Line. So, wow, Edward.
You played this before.
I have, and I'm in trouble. I'm not going to make it.
Explosive gas. Spend 1 fuel. Kill the next 3 non-robots behind your robot in the current line. I'm going to pass doing that.
Oh, not going to
And I can't because I don't have a robot out.
Sad. And back to you.
Mutant attack. Every player with a character in the current line must spend 1 ammo for each. Kill any family members they fail to spend for.
Now, Mel has to keep on flipping, and she has to decide if she wants to pay for her dog.
I will pay for my puppy.
Oh, poor puppers. Go ahead.
Okay.
Boom. And then now keep on flipping.
I'm a genius.
Yeah, you are.
Draw 1 upgrade. If played during the tech line, draw an additional card. You're so smart.
You're so smart. That's great. You deserve that. That is great. And now we are into law enforcement.
I still flip.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Okay. Now we're into law enforcement. There are no laws, so we skip that. And now we're into collection. And that dog is end of the line and a dog, so it doesn't collect. So now we go here, and I'm feeling very scared. Edward has put a big target on my head, and now I'm terrified. Okay. All right. I'm going to do this thing. Get my cat.
What color are you?
No color. Do you see anybody on this plate? There's no color. I'm purple. Edward took the death of his killer Western worldview robot very seriously and has made it his job to remove me from existence.
I think he did say Dolores at one point.
Yeah, it's true. I love Dolores. In that first season, she's sort of a thing, and she's a very different character in this after... Yeah, spoilers, never mind. Yeah, Dolores is great.
See what I got going on here.
Yeah, what do you got going on
Loki
here?
has too many plans going on.
I
We're all
know.
gonna die.
We all picked on Rick because he had too many plans. Now Edward's like... His cultist brew has really come through for him in this super deadly version of the game. All right. The very first thing we're going to do is flip. And it is... You don't mind if I drink this here, do you? Normally I would pick on Edward to revenge myself on him. But he not only stole my water, but he's been collecting water steadily from the death of his family members. And since I'm the guy who wants to kill as many people as possible... I'm definitely going to pick on Rick.
Yay.
So Rick must spend 1 water for each of his family members. 1 water for each human or dog in the current line.
Okay. So, what I will do here is spend 2 water.
2 water.
Okay. My dog will die.
Your dog will die.
But then I will spend a tech to bring Lassie home.
Okay, spend tech to bring Lassie home. That's great. But then, so you spend for your 2 kids, and then you let your dog die of thirst, and then that's inhuman. That is awful. That poor dog. Go ahead.
Gain 3 resources from the current line for each of your family members in it.
That's 9 food. I'm pretty sure, there's a lot of stuff in there. All right. The Bacon Baron has now cornered the market on food. Okay, Bacon Baron, that's a real problem here. So Edward just collected 9 food because he has 3 family members in line. Okay, is it gain? Does it say gain? Yeah, gain. Yeah. It's not collect because End of Line does not collect. So you see, this is gain, gain, gain. All right, bam. Okay, go ahead.
Spend 1 fuel.
What is it called?
It is Explosive Belch.
Oh, Explosive Belch. What does Explosive Belch do?
Spend 1 fuel. Kill the next 3 adults in front of your robot in the current line.
All right. So, can you spend the fuel first of all?
Yes, I can.
All right. So take that fuel.
There you go.
And then 1, 2. Oh, that child is short, and boom.
Oh.
think you've been picking on the wrong guy, Edward. I think you've been picking on the wrong guy. So this is Edward's Cultist Brew kicks in again. So he gets 2 of these and 2 of these.
This line is so much shorter.
It is. Edward, how many family members do you have left, Edward?
Shut up.
Go ahead.
All right. Refurbished robotics. Spend 1 tech to return your robot home from the graveyard.
Oh, this is why we don't bury them. So you got to spend a tech. Okay. And then as you do that, I will flip. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, and here's
Nookie. So this doesn't do me any good.
Yeah, Nookie is the best meeple porn you'll ever see. It is if your dad and mom are in the same line, you can choose to take one of your kids from the graveyard. You can have a baby. Yay!
I was going to pick a player, but nobody has a defense hand. So.
Now, this is a very important part. There are some very hardcore end-of-the-line fans, and they're like, Seppi, what do you do if you don't want to reveal that you have a defense hand? So you normally get your stack together like this. You'd hold your defense hand, and when everybody says they're ready, then you go like this. And that is how that works. It's the super hardcore version of the game. Go ahead.
Wait, I didn't go yet.
Oh, you didn't go yet. Sorry.
Edward.
All
right.
Sorry.
All right, hunger pains. Every player with a human or dog in the current line must spend 1 food for each. Kill any family members they fail to spend. Well, I have less to spend for.
I don't have any food, I
have
don't
1
think.
food.
I'll go look. But
One food?
I think they wiped me out the first. Oh.
I have 2 food,
Uh-huh.
and so my people survive.
The Bacon Baron got me. Edward.
We all get to move up.
Oh, okay. So my robot died. That would have made me discard this anyway. We're going to have a new mayor, which is very sad for our reality. And then considering it's going to be more of a regime than an administration. Okay, what's that?
Kill the first
What is
character in line.
You won the lottery. She won the lottery. Okay, we're going to do this. Okay, and alrighty then. Okay.
Pass.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So.
I collect 2, and then 1.
Nice.
Oh, there's some left.
Oh,
for
no,
me.
we didn't do law enforcement.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, Ziggy Piggy, you get 2 more, Rick.
Oh, then if there's nothing left, then
Oh.
I got nothing then. I'm so excited.
The food is...
I was really excited for a while.
All right, come home, little boy.
Come home.
It's just you, puppy, and robot left.
Boo.
All right.
I think I'm now the bacon. Oh, no.
Oh, no, he's the Bacon Baron. All right, so you guys all have the stuff. Now, we are
I
here.
dropped 1.
We
I have
are-
to go under the table.
My last act posthumously is to close the bullet line. It was obviously the ammunition's fault where my family and Edward's family died so horribly. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Bam. All those family members is good. We have a new mayor, which is Edvard.
Okay.
I am a Vengeful Dead, as I said. So in the Vengeful Dead variant, you draw 1 for normally, and then you draw an additional 1. All right. Okay.
So you're drawing extra calamities?
And then I get to pick one and hand it to the mayor.
Ah.
Still, only one's going to happen, but the goal is to make everybody
Suffer.
have a terrible and horrible life.
Don't you want a positive legacy?
Yeah, I want to positively kill everyone. So here you go, Edward. I feel like this will even the odds for everybody.
Machine Nation Recruiter. Immediately spend 2 tech or kill your robot and gain 2 tech. You must kill your robot to gain tech.
Okay. So it's first you. Nope, you can't do either of those.
Nope.
Okay.
I got nothing.
All right, so kill your robot, and then you'll get 2 tech. Okay. All right. Do you have 2 tech to spend? No. Now you do. Congratulations.
Can I do it now?
No. So that was a very effective. Yay me. It's a problem, though, because that dog will continue to come back again and again and again. How many times have you killed that dog?
At least twice.
Alrighty then. So the next thing that happens is the draw phase. Okay? Edward would go first. Edward, you can keep in mind, you get to choose whether or not you want to burn your house down after you first recycle. Would you like to recycle your robot thing is probably a good idea because you don't have your robot unless you can bring him back.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so that goes away permanently. Boom. And then Edward immediately gets attacked for doing that. Now he's in the normal part of his draw phase. So how many action cards and upgrades do you want?
What's my max again?
10 total cards. They do not include the upgrades that you have out. It includes the pass card, though.
Okay.
It's always a good sign when you're like, ooh, I'm going to buy the maximum number of cards and save all those resources. What you going to do, Edved?
Well,
Okay.
I'm going to do
3. 1 upgrade for the tech and 2 for the other 2 resources. Thank you very much.
I am doing 2 cards.
2 cards. Just action cards?
Yes.
All right, 2 action cards. Did you want to recycle?
No.
Okay.
Because I like my dog.
All right. You could recycle the one out of your hand.
Oh, I
Ooh.
I will
Let's see what's
recycle
in
this.
All right, then it gets recycled. Yep. Those cards are always good.
Keep that.
Okay.
I'm gonna get
No recycling for you?
No, I'm gonna
Okay.
get tech and 3 cards.
3 cards. Here you go. Bam. Killing it.
Thank you.
All right. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty then. So, we are now to family placement. Edward, would you like to put your child in? Oh, no. We're in civil improvements. I'm sorry. We're in civil improvements. Everybody get your stack ready for civil improvements. Edward is ready already.
Now, if there are 4 cards there, how are you able to put any more?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says laws plus.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this has to go. If this is the only line open, which it is, discard this law. Okay? So currently, we're killing dogs if they're in that line, and the first in line will get a bonus.
All right. So
Thank you for participating in democracy. We're going to wait for those guys. Okay. Thank you for participating in democracy.
Sorry, I'm still looking.
No, you take your time.
These are-
Normally, you'd have to get your whole stack ready, but as you get towards the end of the game, it's okay if you just play. Now, Mel can also choose to play on closed lines if she wants. You know, that says you can't play any law there, but there's no reason that you couldn't save it and put it someplace else. Go ahead and flip.
Oh,
Ew.
no. I'm got one more law.
No, he's still.
I'm doing upgrades.
It's just
Okay.
it's 1 card at a time.
weapon upgrade. When one of your family members is killed while in the line, kill one opponent's robot from the same line.
All right, that would have been
Okay.
really good early.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's just hanging out. It's cool. That's a lot of laws, people.
Pass.
Okay, go ahead. Everybody got litigious so quick. All right, all the laws have been played. Let's do a little body count currently. Is everybody a boy and their dog currently, or their little girl? Oh yeah, everybody's gone full boy and their dog, except for Edward, who's branched out with a little girl. Good job. All right, friends. Everybody line up. This is real easy. I'm gonna help Edward out. Bam. Now you guys have some decisions to make.
Oh, I have to put my puppy out there, don't I?
Excellent choice. That's back to you. And then boom. Okay. Your cat can hang out on top. Hey, the cat came back. Sweet. Look, hang out here. This cute little cat doing things. Whee! I look like a bullet. All right, so same color. All right. Now everybody get your stack ready for the food line. Tension is mounting. Will anyone survive end of the line?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I don't think it's gonna happen.
You don't know that.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
You don't.
I don't know it. It's all it's very icky. All right then. Let's go.
Whoops.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. We're making out any defense hands. All right. I love a defense hand. People are terrified of them, but I love a defense hand. Go ahead.
Hypothermia. Every player with a human in the current line must spend 1 fuel for each Kill any family members if they fail to spend.
All right, so all the humans, there are 3 humans line, 3 fuel. Oh, it got cold. It got cold. Minnesota, we know about cold winters, and this is just set in. Go ahead.
All right. I thought they smelled bad on the outside. Swap one of your children from the graveyard for your dog. Kill your dog.
All right.
So I am going
Your
to...
child, little girl's way out the end.
Yep.
And you go like that. Bam.
Yep. And then I will spend a tech to bring my dog.
Oh, combo!
Flee. Return home all of your family members from the current line.
I think that might be a good idea.
I know.
I think it might be a
That was
really
my
good
plan.
idea. Okay.
Flip. Move any character backwards 2 places in the current line.
Who do you hate more? That little boy or that little girl?
We'll move the little boy back.
All right, yeah. That's going to happen. All right.
Dehydration. Every player with a human or dog in the current line must spend 1 water for each. Kill any family member they fail to spend 4.
Absolutely. Oh! Your dog cyber womb did not help you. You have water to burn.
I do.
Okay, all right. But that dog hanging out by himself is pretty good. Go ahead and flip.
Spend 1 ammo. Pick a law from any current line and move it to the current line. I guess I gotta spend an ammo.
Are you going to close that line? Because you could close that line. That would be great.
What's that?
You could close that line.
I close what line?
The line you're in. You can move that wipe out all the other lines so you wouldn't have to survive them, and then you go home.
Oh, I'll do that.
Okay, so Edward played I Am the Law, and in I Am the Law he gets to pick any law from anywhere, and he chose to pick Out of Stock. Out of Stock would then go into effect immediately, which would very first thing it says is remove all of the laws. Bam. And then close this current line. So all of that stuff. So Edward was very terrified of what could have happened with these laws. Now you might want to know what was waiting in these laws, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you. You guys can find out at conventions or during the Kickstarter. But they were all terrifying, and people would have suffered horribly. All right, so this closes this line immediately. Boop.
Do we still continue with cards?
No. We would immediately. This is one of those weird situations where you would end that line immediately,
Okay.
and then this would reopen because you always have to have one line open, and then this would go come here like this, and then
So why is it this one that reopened?
Because the water always is left.
you always have to have one line.
Yep.
And since we removed this law, it reopens this line when we check the line.
Gotcha.
Okay? So that is a great question. Now, that skips us all the way down to first player. So the very first thing is we check for line closures. Because of this law, even without this law, everything would be closed because we've killed all food production. We're now to the very end of the game. And then the Vengeful Dead. You guys all survived. That's pretty amazing. Okay, now we would get to the Vengeful Dead doing this thing again. So I would draw one. I go the other one. Okay. All right. So we would I would choose this one because clearly I have favorites in this world. And I would go like this, and then you would read the title and then tell us what happens.
The system is down.
The system is down.
Immediately discard all the revealed tech. Kill one family member for each discarded.
All right, everybody give me your tech. Okay. Everybody kill at least one family member based on who's
Hi,
left.
puppy.
Okay, and then we would look.
Wait, I'm gonna bring my dog back.
No.
Oh.
How are you
Don't
going to bring
have
your
your tech.
dog
You don't have
back?
tech. Your tech's over there.
So we would then check to see this little trophy icon. Who made this trophy icon, Mel?
That would be me.
And guess who gets to claim the trophy for this game at the end of the line? For her years of service to fight in a box, I put this victory on Mel for all she's done for us. And so that would conclude the full game of End of the Line I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks everybody at this table for contributing to our tiny company over the years. It's been 7 years of FIAB now, and I hope this helps you clarify how awesome the Bunker Edition is going to be, how you need the IMR expansion, the Inevitable Machine Revolt, and hopefully you can use this to encourage your friends to back our project coming up spring 2020. Thank you, everybody. Woo!
It's so much fun.